So a few years ago, I recorded a lecture series on how to write good lab reports. Since then, I've actually updated my lab report guidelines document to kind of help you guys even more. So the original lecture series that I did is in this podcast folder right here. By the way, I got to that by clicking on my main resources page on this lab report writing link there. So, but I'm going to add this video to it so that I explain this new document that I have created, right? So first of all, sometimes I don't want you guys to do a full lab report, right? I just want a mini lab report or even just a whiteboard presentation. So these two files kind of break down what's the expectations for those, all right? Now, for a larger, more complex lab report or a bigger poster presentation, which is basically a lab report in a poster board, right? And with a little more visuals than a lab report would have, you want to follow this thing, right? So what I created here is two documents. One is called Lab Report Guidelines and Lab Report Template. Some of the documents that I used in the original lecture series are still there. And I also have this very cool rubric over here that I use to grade the lab report. So if I actually click, though, on the lab report guidelines, basically I have a breakdown of what should be included on each section of the lab report with these little numbers. These little numbers actually are used when I give you back feedback. It tells you what you're missing. So if you are missing one of these things, when you get the lab report back, you will have this number listed on the side. That means that instead of having to write down the whole thing, it can make the feedback more efficient because I can just have you go look at what it says over here. The beginning of each section also have a brief explanation about the importance of the section and what the section is all about. So a little paragraph at the beginning of each section. So this is a great document to help you write an exceptional lab report. Now, if you've never done it before or you still don't have enough practice on it, one thing that I would do is literally open this lab report guideline, right, and kind of pen it out on a separate screen on your computer like this. And then while I have it open like there, right, on the side, I would also then open the lab report template. Now, once you have them both side by side like this, right, what you can do is type up your lab report using the template while you're looking at the requirements in the guidelines. What I would do actually is go to the template, make a copy of it, right, rename it, put it on your personal portfolio folder, and just start typing the lab report. The cool thing about the template is that it has in it the things you're supposed to do with spaces for you to add the things as you go along. Now, of course, you're going to want to delete these little space lines and the instructions which are in italicized. Don't leave any of those behind, but the rest you can leave in there. You can leave all the headers, you can leave all the text, and it can help you word and write the lab report. So I really like the lab report template. Right? In addition to that, you also have a sample of a lab report in there and a simple data analysis sheet that you can use to actually create, and the original sample for the lab report that I use in my original lecture series, and the original explanation about why each part of the lab report exists and why is it tied and how is it tied to the scientific method. So I hope that's helpful and that it helps you write amazing lab reports and poster presentations.